Good morning, Falcons. I'm Campbell.
And I'm Jack.
And you're watching The Falcon Report.
Who's hyped for spring break?
Me!
Well, anyways, guess what Miss Huntington is doing on spring break?
What?
She's running the Boston Marathon to raise money for the Boston Medical Center. Stay tuned for the QR code at the end of the story if you would like to donate to the cause.
Why do I run? Yeah, I think that's a really good question. So people do all sorts of different things, right, to help them physically get stronger, to help them emotionally, to benefit their mental health. And contrary to what some people believe, I really do think that running is a form of meditation for me. I think that it helps me to connect to myself, to the earth, to the universe, if you will. But before I could even walk, I was running. So I'm aiming for about 40 to 45 miles a week at this point because I'm in the height of my training. And the real key is to get in one long run. The other thing, training specifically for the Boston Marathon, you want to make sure you incorporate hills. So it's unlike Philadelphia or it's unlike Hartford, which can be really flat course, or they are really flat courses. Boston Marathon has something that is iconic called Heartbreak Hill, and it is really tough. It comes at the end of the marathon and you're exhausted, and so you really want to get hills into your training program too. So there's a couple reasons that are really important. The first reason is that now in 2024, I'm at a really different place in my life. I ran Boston in 2015. And it's kind of a testament to my inner strength, the growth that I have endured these last 9 years. I'm also running with my husband together, so that's very special. And then we're running for Boston Medical Center, which is a really unique hospital. It's not just that we're running for a hospital because they really serve people who can't afford healthcare, who can't afford the treatment that they need. And they're huge in terms of offering care, exceptional care to anyone who walks through their doors. So one of the things that I feel really strongly about is to bridge the gap between inequities, wealth inequities, just creating a system of health that is accessible for all. And Boston Medical Center is huge in that regard. Is to make sure that these gaps that we witness in the world, because the people who are wealthy, they can afford the treatments that they need. And there are a lot of people, elderly, we know that wealth is inextricably linked to health. And so to bridge the gap between those inequities is really important to me. So we have a link on Give and Gain. That's kind of the platform through Boston Medical Center and the charity that we're running for. You can also, and I think it's a little bit difficult, but you can kind of search, I think, on Boston Medical Center, but there's a direct link to our Give and Gain page, which is the page for the Boston Marathon and for charities that are running the Boston Marathon. So I think there's a couple of things. One thing is that training for the marathon is not something that happens, at least for me, overnight. You have to kind of trust the process of training. It's like these tiny daily habits that you have to put in. And recently I was saying to somebody about, I would say a year ago, if you had told me I was going to run another marathon, I probably would have laughed or just been like, no, absolutely not, because I just didn't think that I had another marathon in me. And I think what is just amazing about training and amazing about running is that you don't have to go out and do a marathon, but our bodies, it is just so surprising and so amazing what we can actually do when we choose to do it, like when we put our minds to it. And I think training for the marathon and running the marathon is really just a true testament to the human spirit, to like resilience, to strength, and to community. And the Boston Marathon is like one of the most historical. It's really difficult to get into. So it's just really special. And I feel really grateful to have this opportunity to run again.
We want to wish Miss Huntington good luck.
Also, in other news, make sure to get your Singing in the Rain tickets. The show will run from April 26th through 28th.
The tickets are now on sale, and you can go to the FLHS Drama Club Instagram or flhsdrama.com and purchase your tickets.
Well, that's all for today, Falcons. I hope you all have a great spring break. And this has been the Falcon Report.